Love doesn't always arrive with dramatic confessions or grand romantic gestures. More often, it begins quietly, through small shifts in behavior, subtle emotional changes, and consistent actions that speak louder than words. When a man starts falling in love, his inner world changes first, and those changes slowly reflect in how he treats you, thinks about you, and shows up in the relationship. Many people look for obvious signs like "I love you" or big commitments, but real love usually reveals itself long before those words are spoken. It shows up in priorities, effort, emotional openness, and the way he handles challenges. A man who is falling in love doesn't just feel differently. He acts differently. His mindset evolves, his emotional awareness deepens, and his intentions become clearer. Understanding these changes is important because love can sometimes be confusing, especially in the early stages. You may feel that something is different but struggle to put it into words. Is he serious or just interested? Is this temporary attraction or something deeper? Recognizing the emotional and behavioral shifts that happen when a man falls in love can help you see the truth more clearly, without overthinking or guessing. When love becomes real, it brings consistency instead of mixed signals. Effort replaces excuses. Emotional distance turns into emotional presence. He starts listening more, caring more, and planning with intention. These changes don't happen overnight, but when they do, they are meaningful. They show that his feelings are no longer casual. They are rooted in connection, respect, and emotional investment. This is why paying attention to actions matters more than focusing on words alone. Anyone can say the right things, but love reveals itself in everyday behavior. How he treats you when no one is watching, how he responds when things get difficult, and how he makes space for you in his life without being asked. In this guide, we'll explore 15 powerful changes that happen when a man truly falls in love. These signs are not about fantasy or unrealistic expectations. They are grounded in emotional maturity, psychology, and real-life relationship dynamics. Whether you're trying to understand his feelings or simply want clarity about where you stand, these changes can offer valuable insight. Remember, love isn't about perfection. It's about intention, effort, and emotional growth. When a man is falling in love, you don't have to chase clarity. His behavior starts giving it to you naturally. Let's take a closer look at the subtle but powerful ways love transforms him. 1. He prioritizes you naturally. When a man truly falls in love, one of the first noticeable changes is how naturally you become a priority in his life. This doesn't mean he suddenly ignores his work, friends, or responsibilities. Instead, it means he makes space for you without being asked. You are no longer someone he fits in when it's convenient. You become someone he plans around. You'll notice that he considers your time and feelings before making decisions. He checks in with you, informs you about his schedule, and makes sure you're included rather than added at the last minute. Even small choices, like adjusting his routine, replying more thoughtfully, or choosing to spend free moments with you, begin to reflect this shift. What makes this sign powerful is that it feels effortless. He doesn't act as if he's sacrificing something for you. He genuinely wants to be present. If something matters to you, it matters to him too. Your problems don't feel like interruptions. They feel important. Your happiness becomes part of his emotional responsibility. This natural prioritization also shows in consistency. He doesn't disappear when life gets busy. Instead, he finds simple ways to stay connected, even during stressful times. Love changes his perspective. You are no longer optional or replaceable. You are someone he chooses daily, not because he has to, but because his feelings guide him there. 2. He becomes more emotionally open. When a man falls in love, emotional openness begins to replace emotional distance. He starts sharing thoughts, feelings, and experiences that he once kept to himself. This doesn't always happen all at once, but gradually, you'll notice he talks more about what's going on inside his mind and heart. He no longer feels the need to hide behind silence or act indifferent. He becomes comfortable expressing vulnerability. Things like fears, past disappointments, personal struggles, or even childhood memories start coming out naturally. This is a big change because many men are taught to suppress emotions. Love creates a safe space where he feels understood rather than judged. You'll also see him opening up during conversations. He listens carefully and responds with honesty instead of avoiding deeper topics. If something bothers him, he's more likely to talk about it calmly rather than shutting down. Emotional openness also means he values your opinion and wants you to understand his inner world. This change builds trust. By letting you see his emotional side, he's inviting you closer and strengthening the bond between you. He's no longer just sharing moments, he's sharing himself. 3. His actions match his words. When a man falls in love, consistency between what he says and what he does becomes very clear. He no longer makes empty promises or uses sweet words without meaning. Instead, his actions start backing up his statements. If he says he'll call, he calls. If he says he'll be there for you, he shows up. This change is important because real love values trust. He understands that words alone are not enough, so he proves his feelings through behavior. You'll notice reliability in small and big things, being on time, keeping commitments, and following through on plans. Even during busy or stressful times, he makes sure his behavior aligns with what he has expressed. His actions also show emotional sincerity. He doesn't just say he cares. He checks on you, supports you, and pays attention to your needs. Instead of dramatic declarations, he chooses steady effort. This kind of consistency creates emotional security and makes you feel valued. When actions and words match, confusion disappears. You don't have to guess how he feels because his behavior speaks clearly. This alignment is a strong sign that his feelings are genuine and deepening into real love. 4. He starts thinking long-term. When a man falls in love, his mindset naturally shifts from the present to the future. He begins to think beyond temporary moments and starts considering long-term possibilities. You may notice him talking about future plans more often, whether it's upcoming events, long-term goals, or ideas that include you. This doesn't always mean immediate talk of marriage or big commitments, but it does mean he sees you as part of his life ahead. He thinks about how his decisions today might affect tomorrow, and he becomes more careful and intentional. His choices are no longer just about what benefits him in the moment. You'll see this change in subtle ways. He might discuss career plans, financial goals, or personal growth while naturally including you in those conversations. Even simple things like planning trips, holidays, or future activities together reflect this long-term thinking. This shift shows emotional maturity. Love makes him want stability, growth, and continuity. Instead of living only for the now, he starts building something meaningful. Thinking long-term is a strong sign that his feelings are serious and that he values the connection enough to imagine a shared future. 5. He listens more than he talks. When a man falls in love, the way he listens changes noticeably. He doesn't just hear your words. He truly pays attention to what you're saying. Instead of steering conversations back to himself, he becomes more focused on understanding your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Your voice matters to him. You'll notice that he asks follow-up questions and remembers small details you share. Things you mention casually, your preferences, worries, or dreams, stay with him. This shows emotional presence. He's not distracted or half-interested. He's fully engaged because he cares about you. Listening more also means he becomes patient. He allows you to express yourself without interrupting or rushing to give solutions. Sometimes, he simply listens because he knows being understood is more important than being right. This emotional attentiveness creates a sense of safety and comfort in the relationship. This change reflects respect and deeper connection. When a man listens more than he talks, it's because he values your inner world. Love shifts his focus from impressing you to truly knowing you, and that genuine attention strengthens emotional intimacy. 6. He shows consistency in effort. When a man falls in love, his effort becomes steady and reliable rather than occasional or unpredictable. He doesn't only show care when it's convenient or when things are going well. Instead, he remains present even during busy, stressful, or difficult times. This consistency is a strong sign of genuine feelings. You'll notice that he keeps communicating regularly and doesn't disappear without explanation. His behavior doesn't change suddenly from warm to distant. Whether it's calling, texting, spending time together, or offering support, his effort feels balanced and dependable. He understands that love requires ongoing attention, not temporary excitement. Consistency also shows emotional maturity. He doesn't rely on grand gestures alone. He focuses on small, repeated actions that build trust. Simple things, checking in on you, keeping promises, and being emotionally available, become part of his routine. This steady effort creates emotional security. You don't have to question his intentions or wonder where you stand. When a man is in love, consistency becomes his way of showing that you matter to him every single day, not just occasionally. 7. He becomes protective without control. When a man falls in love, a natural sense of protectiveness often appears, but it's healthy, not controlling. He cares about your safety, emotional well-being, and comfort without trying to dominate your choices or limit your independence. His concern comes from love, not insecurity. You may notice him checking if you reached home safely or showing concern when you're stressed or unwell. He pays attention to situations that might make you uncomfortable and steps in when needed, but he still respects your strength and decisions. He doesn't try to own you, he wants to support you. This kind of protectiveness feels reassuring rather than suffocating. He trusts you and believes in your ability to handle life, yet is ready to stand by you when things get tough. His actions are thoughtful, not possessive. This change shows emotional balance. Love makes him want to be your safe place, not your controller. When a man protects without controlling, it's a sign that his feelings are deep, respectful, and rooted in genuine care. 8. He values your happiness. When a man falls in love, your happiness starts to matter deeply to him. He pays attention to what makes you smile and what hurts you, and he genuinely wants to see you emotionally fulfilled. Your joy becomes something he feels connected to, not something he ignores. You'll notice that he makes small efforts to lift your mood, checking in when you're low, celebrating your successes, or doing thoughtful things just to make you feel good. He doesn't see your emotions as a burden. Instead, he sees them as important signals that guide how he treats you. Valuing your happiness also means he's willing to compromise. He considers your feelings before making decisions and avoids actions that could unnecessarily hurt you. Even when disagreements happen, he cares about resolving things rather than winning arguments. This change shows emotional depth. Love shifts his focus from self-centered satisfaction to shared emotional well-being. When a man truly values your happiness, it's because your emotional state has become meaningful to his heart. 9. He communicates more honestly. When a man falls in love, honesty becomes a priority in the way he communicates. He feels less need to hide his thoughts, exaggerate, or avoid difficult conversations. Instead, he chooses clarity because he respects the connection and wants it to grow on a strong foundation. You'll notice that he speaks more openly about his feelings, intentions, and concerns. If something is bothering him, he's more likely to discuss it calmly rather than withdrawing or creating confusion. This honesty also shows in how he sets expectations. He doesn't make false promises or lead you on. Honest communication builds trust. He understands that misunderstandings can damage emotional closeness, so he tries to be clear and direct while still being kind. Even when the truth is uncomfortable, he prefers openness over silence. This change reflects emotional maturity. Love makes him value transparency because he wants you to feel secure and respected. When a man communicates honestly, it's a sign that his feelings are serious and that he's invested in a healthy, genuine bond. 10. He includes you in his future plans. When a man falls in love, you naturally become part of how he imagines his future. He no longer talks only about his individual goals. Instead, he starts using we more often than I. This inclusion can appear in simple conversations, planning events, discussing trips, or talking about where life is heading. You'll notice that he asks for your opinion when making decisions that affect his future. Whether it's career choices, lifestyle changes, or long-term goals, he values your input. This shows that he doesn't see you as temporary. He sees you as someone whose presence matters in the bigger picture of his life. Including you in future plans also means emotional commitment. He's not just enjoying the present moment. He's investing emotionally in what comes next. Even small plans, like holidays or upcoming milestones, reflect that he wants you beside him. This change creates emotional security. When a man includes you in his future, it's a clear sign that his feelings have deepened into love and that he's serious about building something meaningful together. 11. He shows affection in subtle ways. When a man falls in love, affection often becomes quieter but more meaningful. Instead of dramatic displays, he shows care through subtle, consistent actions. These small gestures speak louder than words because they come naturally and without expectation. You might notice gentle touches, protective body language, or the way he looks at you when you're not paying attention. He remembers little details about you and uses them to make you feel special. Even simple things, checking on you, sitting close, or offering comfort, become his way of expressing love. Subtle affection also appears emotionally. He reassures you without being asked and makes you feel safe through his presence. His affection feels warm, calm, and genuine rather than overwhelming or forced. This kind of affection shows emotional depth. Love makes him attentive, caring, and emotionally connected. When a man expresses affection in small, thoughtful ways, it's a strong sign that his feelings are real and rooted in sincere love. 12. He respects your boundaries. When a man falls in love, respect becomes a natural part of how he treats you. He understands that love does not mean control or entitlement. Instead, he honors your personal space, emotional limits, and individual choices. Your comfort matters to him. You'll notice that he doesn't pressure you into things you're not ready for. If you say no or express discomfort, he listens without getting defensive or angry. He values your feelings and understands that trust grows when boundaries are respected. Respecting boundaries also means supporting your independence. He doesn't feel threatened by your individuality, friendships, or personal time. Instead, he encourages you to be yourself, knowing that healthy love allows both people to grow. This change shows emotional maturity. Love makes him more patient, understanding, and considerate. When a man truly respects your boundaries, it's a sign that his feelings are genuine and rooted in deep respect, not just attraction. 13. He supports your dreams. When a man falls in love, your dreams and goals begin to matter to him as much as his own. He listens when you talk about your ambitions and encourages you to go after what inspires you. Instead of feeling insecure, he wants to see you succeed. You'll notice that he motivates you during moments of doubt and celebrates your achievements sincerely. He doesn't belittle your goals or compare them to his. Instead, he offers emotional support, practical help, or simply belief in your abilities. Supporting your dreams also means standing by you during challenges. He understands that growth comes with struggles, and he doesn't disappear when things get hard. His presence gives you confidence and strength. This change reflects true love. When a man supports your dreams, it shows he cares about your happiness, growth, and future, not just how you fit into his life, but how you flourish in your own. 14. He handles conflicts more maturely. When a man falls in love, the way he deals with disagreements changes significantly. Instead of avoiding conflict, becoming defensive, or reacting with anger, he approaches problems with patience and understanding. He values a relationship more than his ego. You'll notice that he listens during arguments rather than trying to win them. He tries to understand your perspective and looks for solutions instead of blame. Even when emotions are high, he makes an effort to stay respectful and calm. Handling conflicts maturely also means taking responsibility. If he's wrong, he's more willing to admit it and apologize sincerely. He doesn't hold grudges or use silence as punishment. His focus is on resolving issues and restoring emotional balance. This change shows emotional growth. Love teaches him that disagreements are part of connection, not threats to it. When a man handles conflict with maturity, it's a strong sign that his feelings are deep and that he's committed to making the relationship work. 15. He feels peace and comfort with you. When a man falls in love, being with you starts to feel like emotional peace. Your presence calms him rather than stresses him. He feels comfortable being himself around you, without pretending or putting up emotional walls. You will notice that silence between you doesn't feel awkward. He enjoys simple moments, talking, sitting together, or just sharing space. With you, he feels understood and accepted, which creates a sense of emotional safety. This comfort allows him to open up more deeply. He doesn't feel the need to impress or perform. Instead, he relaxes, laughs more freely, and shares his true self. Your presence becomes a place where he can recharge emotionally. This sense of peace is a powerful sign of love. When a man feels calm, safe, and at home with you, it means his heart has found comfort in your connection.